Hello, and welcome to the second of two brief videos that describe the air quality analysis being conducted for the I-580 truck access study. This work is being done by the Bay Area Air District in partnership with Caltrans. And in part one, we introduced some important air quality concepts. Here in the second video, we will talk in more detail about the methods and data sets to be used, and also share some key questions that will be addressed by the analyses. This map shows the study area, which of course includes the nearly 9-mile stretch of I-580 that is currently off limits to trucks weighing 9,000 pounds or more. Lifting that truck ban would affect traffic patterns in this region, and the Air District is evaluating the air quality impacts of those changes, particularly shifts in truck traffic. To do that, we're following the analysis steps described in the Part 1 video. We're estimating emissions from motor vehicles in the study area under different scenarios, then using an air dispersion model to predict concentrations of air pollutants like diesel particulate matter, or DPM. Those concentrations will then be combined with population data and other information to evaluate human exposures to traffic-related air pollution and the health risks that result from that exposure. Now let's take a closer look at the first analysis step, which is estimating emissions. We saw in part one that vehicles emit pollutants in a variety of ways, from the tailpipe, through the evaporation of vapors from the fuel system, through brake and tire wear, and by resuspending dust that has accumulated on the road surface. To estimate all those types of emissions, we need a variety of information. First, we need to characterize travel activity in the study area. For the 580 study, this activity will be assessed using a travel demand model that predicts traffic volumes and speeds under different conditions. Next, we need to understand the mix of vehicles in the local fleet. Information on the fraction of traffic associated with different vehicle classes comes from the travel demand model and the California Air Resources Board's IMFAC model. Data on emission rates also comes from IMFAC, which contains detailed information on how much air pollution is produced by different types of vehicles operating at different speeds. Lastly, to estimate emissions from resuspended road dust, we need to have an estimate of roadway silt loadings, or the amount of dust that has accumulated on various roads in the study area. Here, we will rely on silt loading values developed by the California Air Resources Board for different types of roadways. To estimate pollutant concentrations for the 580 study, we're using EPA's AirMod dispersion model, which ingests data on emissions, meteorology, and local terrain, and produces pollutant concentration estimates at 50-meter intervals across the study area. For this project, it is necessary to model concentrations rather than measure them because we are evaluating potential conditions that could occur if the truck ban were removed in the future. Once the emissions and modeling work is completed, we will have detailed information on concentrations of PM2.5, DPM, and other toxics resulting from vehicle emissions in the study area. And we can use that information to estimate cancer risks or the increased prevalence of cancer cases that could occur from exposure to the modeled pollutant levels. These data will then be used in an equity analysis that will answer questions like, how do pollutant exposures and health risks vary by race, ethnicity, or jurisdiction? How are sensitive populations like youth and seniors impacted by traffic-related air pollution? How does the lifting of the truck ban change exposure patterns? More detailed information on the equity analyses for this study will be shared in a separate video. With that, we will wrap up these videos on the air quality analyses for the I-580 study. Thanks for your interest in this project, and for more information, you can access the links provided on this page.